Last time on Kevin Talks About Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush, because what else is he going to do with his life? He said that the last arc was actually pretty interesting for what it was and had some overall good decisions made and storytelling and things like that. But many people did not agree. Well, now the ultimate question is, will they build on what has been established to make what has happened feel justified and create a good flowing narrative based on the ideas you have put forth? No. They literally don't do that at all. So I will tip my hat to everyone who correctly guessed that the racism angle has been completely dropped for a much less interesting narrative. Yeah, I'm not happy to admit defeat on this one. And look, I should probably explain to everyone who still was not sold on this most recent arc and still found it lackluster and uninteresting and not up to snuff for what we expect of a Yu-Gi-Oh show. You're not wrong. The thing is that Yu-Gi-Oh! Go Rush has been so devoid of creativity or anything interesting or fun or even like passion for the most part, that when I saw them like trying to do something interesting and unique, rather was it really succeeding or not, just didn't really work for me. It just didn't matter for me. Just the fact that they were trying to do something, I just wanted to find the merit and praise that something was going on that felt like more than just, aren't rush duels fun, everybody? So, yeah. And again, I stand by what I said. I still thought with this most recent arc, there was a lot of good stuff overall. There was a lot of interesting things. And is it the most advanced narrative about racism I've ever seen? Oh, motherfuck, no. But considering what we were coming from, considering just the kind of show this is in general, and just a lot of stuff that's been working against it, i.e. a very clearly troubled production with not stable direction, I thought what we were getting was worth it to be positive about. What has happened since, though? There's not much defending what's going on. So immediately after Udius cured racism, yeah, that's already a problem I have in a lot of media, and that is the depiction of racism being a sort of like it's just a few bad apples' fault, as opposed to, say, a systemic problem that only gets worse over time as long as we continue to not address society's overall greater role in it. Effectively, what you have here is Phaser was all just like, yeah, okay, I'm not going to be racist anymore. La-di-da. My hope was that when he said he learned the errors of his ways, you could then watch him like build and like go somewhere with what he had now learned. And before you say, oh, well, they wouldn't do that. Why would they do that? Well, there's not really a plot going on. So like now would be the time. You wasted all this time trying to build up, holy shit, something is happening. So why just let it go? And also, other Yu-Gi-Ohs have given villains, like, good redemption arcs. Like, it does happen in this franchise, so why not continue it here? Well, because like I said, this show often seems directionless and not really sure what it wants to do. So now, to celebrate the fact that racism has been cured, Phaser wants to hold this giant duel tournament featuring the newly reformed MIK. So yeah, any interesting angle that had been going on with that for the whole show is now just gone. They are now running a generic duel tournament. Oh, and why am I always blanking on Goha Girl's name? Her and Asuna are now just back to being annoying and like only talking about their companies and running their companies, and I don't fucking care. I really fucking don't. But yeah, so there's a duel tournament going on with the point being to help unify society and show this new direction things are going in. But that's not even really like the main focus of what's going on. Like, there's weirdly a lot happening and it's like just not a lot is going on with any of it. So you've got this tournament going on, which doesn't really play a role in anything. I honestly forgot the rules of it like 5 minutes after I saw it. But yeah, you've got that happening. Then you have Yuamu, who, with the help of all these other characters who barely do anything, including the Kappa guy, who we thought would be a main character, but doesn't do much, they're trying to figure out how Phaser's big rock works, and they're not getting anywhere, so that could be dragged out for God knows how many episodes. Also, Yuamu got possessed again. This already happened once when she got possessed by Damamu, and like now all of a sudden she gets possessed by the ghost of the rock or something, so she can like duel Udius just to sell some new fusions for the next booster set. And like that just feels cheap. You already did where she got possessed and it was way more fun in that last one. And so it's like you're doing it twice, and like doing a thing twice that you barely got right the first time just cheapens it more and makes it feel less important. A preview for what we're going to be fucking talking about next with Cardfight Vanguard. But yeah, so that happened, and so now that's just kind of in the background. And then now you have this new plot where the Lug is back, and he's been turned into a chair. I mean, we established aliens can get turned into shirts, so why not? And now there's like an evil space furniture store they gotta fight, and I don't want another fucking space arc where they're dealing with joke of mundane thing turned into evil alien. It wasn't that good the last time. It's not going to be good here. Just stop. Like you were building something. You could have gone somewhere. We had the promise that we were trying again. And just like, it feels like for the most part, that's gone. Also, I like Yuamu's cute little skirt outfit she has in the opening, but she still just has the stupid UTS pants on the whole time. That may not sound like a big deal, but like just like with each new character and like as each dumber thing happens in the show, I just wish for like good Yu-Gi-Oh stuff. Oh, and the Manabu shit. Isn't Manabu supposed to be like the main rival or something? And like he like now just doesn't do anything and now becomes like random Sentai villain parodies because there's nothing else to do with him. It's not like nothing is really going on in this show, so you have plenty of fucking time to do things with your characters like the last Yu-Gi-Oh did. But yeah, here we are. So, do I hate everything going on? Is that where this is going? Do I? Well, not really. It's complicated. Let's talk about it. So, the one thing I like that's been going on these past few episodes, and I can't believe I'm saying it, because for those of you who don't know, I binged this over the past couple days. So I knew there was a character who was going to be in a box the whole time, and I've assumed this whole time I was going to fucking hate it. I kind of like Udius and Epoch's relationship. It's not great. Considering how the last arc went, I should probably preference this by saying it's nothing really huge. But when you're looking for something positive, and I'm really not looking forward to watching Cardfight Vanguard next, I gotta take what I can get. And I think this is a genuinely cute, nice little idea of Udius sees this girl, and I wasn't even paying attention to her introduction, I'm not gonna lie. But he just kind of decides that I'm going to help her the way Yuhi and Yuamu helped me. And I'm going to help her learn to duel and help her come out of her shell in her literal box and try and make friends, because this is a thing that has bettered my life and I would like to pass that on to someone else. I think it's cute and it's nice, and Udius's voice actor seems much more invested in this than any of the other shit he's had to talk about. But it's just kind of a neat little storyline, and I like the way they sort of add these little ticks. I like when Udius and Yuhi are walking to the house, and like Udius isn't afraid to just hug Yuhi and say, "You've done so much for me and taught me so much. I'd like to pass that on to someone else." We saw it when Udius said he loved Zuijo. That idea that I kind of like the idea that maybe we can turn this character into someone who's not afraid to show affection for those he cares about. And when you factor in what he comes from of being a soldier and having to fight and all this crazy shit, there is something kind of nice about that. And also his interactions with Epoch, it's not just him screaming how great rush duels are. I love the bit when he starts imitating her temper tantrum and going along with it and sort of saying like, it's okay, I understand, keep letting your emotions out. These are little things that you can feel like he's picked up as the story has gone, and he's learned to be around people and he's learned to grow. I like scenes like when he's alone in the chair and remembering how powerful, how good dueling makes him feel, and that's why he wants to move it on. It's a lot better than him just going, rush duels are incredible, I love rush duels, and it feels more emotionally resonant than being like, I'm gonna use rush duels to save the galaxy. You know, if there's anything Shadowverse Flame has taught us, and when Overdress is not butts, it's that you can just build stories about characters just bonding over card games and kind of bettering themselves for it and the friends they make along the way. And again, this is not being done great, and there's not a lot here that is really overtly well done, but I kind of dig it. I This is what I kind of want to keep watching the show for. I really could care less about everything else. Will it get the development it deserves and work out? I don't fucking know right now, but those are my takeaways from these 4 episodes of YGO Rush. We're going to try and get back more on a regular schedule now. But in the comment section, give me your thoughts about this episode below. As for the TCG question of the week, Duelist Nexus comes out Friday. This is expected to be one of the biggest sets of the year because just between all the goodies and the QR, the quarter century rares, and all that, and a lot of people are excited. I personally am taking a little break from competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! I didn't do super well at Nat, so I kind of want to sit the rest of the format out. Call me an asshole for that, but you know, I kind of want to wait to see if Fenrir goes. But I do want to kind of maybe pick up something, see if I can get some cheap Revolution Synchrons for some shit I want to tinker with in the future. But tell me your thoughts about that in the comments section below. And as always, click to like, click to subscribe, and join me next week where I just pray to God the whole episode won't be about fighting an evil